Hi, Leo, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your mid to the end of May 2022 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm, and it really helps this channel out, so thank you so much. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds, letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. So let's see what energy we have to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. So we have the Three of Wands. We have to be mindful of, I'm just seeing like, it's something that feels like an adventure. It's something that feels like, wow, I've been waiting for something like this. And something is coming around that it's just like, we want to do it without thinking. And Spirit's like, no, think it through. So if there's something that somebody offers, it's like, oh, we can go on, I don't know what, it's like a cruise, or we could do something that like this road trip or something like that, and it sounds too good to be true. That's because this person doesn't have it thought out at all, like at all. So be very, very mindful about this. Yeah, it just feels like something that sounds really fun. It sounds really great. It doesn't have to be a cruise. It doesn't have to be a road trip. It can be something else. But I'm just seeing that they don't have it thought through, or that we can get so excited that we're not like reading the fine print. So just be aware of that. Let's look at our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. We have family. This is our root chakra. Our family is going to be very important to us. Our ancestors, it can be our ancestral line. We can find ourselves like, diving more into our ancestry. We can also find ourselves really connecting with our family that has passed, like through meditation, through spiritual work, and a sense of becoming closer to our roots, or closer to the ancestral like knowledge of our world. It doesn't even have to be our ancestry, because I see this more in the abstract when it comes to family. It's like, yes, it can be your immediate family, okay? And that is, yeah, that can very well be it. But Leo, I'm also seeing a diving into stories or folklores, mythologies that have some sort of cultural meaning to you. And it's like, that's where my heart is lying right now. And yeah, it just needs to be explored. I don't know how else to describe it, but it's a bigger family connection. And I'm seeing this more of an ancestral connection than just our immediate family. And it's at our root chakra. It's at the root of our energy during this time. There we go. So let's look at what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. So we're doing a Celtic cross. I'm just going to turn them all over at once. Okay. So we're starting at where we are right now, and it's at Temperance. We're at a place where we really want balance, stability, structure within our world, and where we're becoming more harmonized between our subconscious world, our sleeping world, our, the world of the imagination, the world of the mind, and the world of the waking, the world that we're engaged in every single day. So there is a sense of, I need to be in balance, and we're actually going to really be thinking about things. It's like, does this bring me balance? Does this bring me calm? Does this bring me beauty? And we're asking ourselves these questions in a very open way. It's kind of like, I really need to connect. And that's going to be very important. We're at a place where we're trying to find and balance our lives. And so to ask ourselves, again, does this bring me balance? Does this bring me harmony? Is this adding to my stress, or is this detracting from it? That's going to be a really valuable question. We're then moving to our challenge energy, which is the Five of Cups. Change our minds and change our lives. We have a tendency to look at what's wrong and really fixate on what's wrong. It's a very human response, right? But Spirit is saying, turn around. See the Two of Cups. See the blessings. See the healing, unifying energy. That's going to be where we're empowered. And Spirit is telling us that if we look at what's wrong, what's going to happen is in our mind, it kind of starts to snowball. We start to see things that are wrong, and then we start to see more things that are wrong, and then we start to worry about the things that can go wrong and might go wrong and may go wrong, and it becomes very overwhelming until we turn around, until we're breaking the ties of anxiety. It can be even breaking the ties with social media and saying, all right, I can watch a few videos, right? But I shouldn't spend forever scrolling through. It's adding to my anxiety, not taking it away. I've also found journaling, which sounds like, I always laughed at people who say, oh, I journal. I was like, oh, that sounds so picturesque, and how do you get the time for it? Well, I switched my apps for social media with my notebook app, and now whenever I want to just scroll through and mindlessly do something, I mindlessly write. So it makes me more present in my now and in myself. We could do that with a handheld notebook if we get more pleasure from that, but we're starting to change our patterns. And personally, me seeing this is like, wow, it really does help. It really, really, really does help. So I'm a huge, advocate for that. And it's turning a new leaf. It's looking at things in a very different way, and it's becoming more unified with us. And that's going to be our challenge during this time, Leo, to be more connected with us and what we want and where we're going, because what we're focused on is we're focused on us. We're the Strength card. We're represented by the Strength card in the major arcana. We need to focus on who we are, what we want, where we're going. We also need to look at our strength. Are we looking at our strength as, okay, this is where I need to be, and this is my, what I need to fight, and this is how I need to win? Or are we looking at our strength as, this is what I love, this is what I'm being guided by, this is what I need for me, this is the beauty and the calm that I am building within my life? Because that is going to be much more powerful than force. Force for us, Leo, actually detracts from what we want. It takes away the strength, the beauty, the I want to say conquest of what we're trying to achieve within our lives, our success. It brings us now to our past, and it's the Death card, the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. There's also strong Scorpio energy here. We're going to see that things are changing. Again, we have the Pope standing before the symbol of death. And this is a sense of death does not discriminate. You can have the poor, you can have the wealthy, you can have everybody in between. It is still the same. And so here, the transformations that we have gone through do not care how wealthy we are at the moment, how downtrodden we are. It transforms us. And what we're going to be seeing in our past are periods of transformation. And if we get really deeply connected with ourselves, we can see a point where things start to turn, things start to change, pivotal moments. And we are going to see that they're bigger, they're more, I'm just seeing them tinged in orange, which means to me, pay attention, times where we're being told to pay attention, that, things are requiring more of our focus. So that's just very interesting here. There's also a sense that in our past, a lot has changed. or a lot has changed from our past to where we are in our present. And we need to celebrate that. Or we need to look at things and say, okay, am I not happy here? Do I want things to change? How do I want to move forward? It then moves us to our strength. Our strength, it's very interesting. It's the Three of Swords. It's the heartbreaks that we have been through, the disappointments, the hurts, the pains, the angers, the upsets. There is strength in acknowledging them, in acknowledging what has broken our heart, what has overwhelmed us, what has denied us. And as we're acknowledging this, we're also looking at, okay, where do I need to be? What's important for me? Is this going to be my narrative for the rest of my life? Or is this going to be a thing that, helps me to see my world differently, helps me to open up the door, helps me to step into a new existence? Because there are challenges that have come forward. And it's very interesting because we can feel a very great melancholy over us at times. And it's going to be like, oh, well, why can't things be like they once were? Or why is this being so challenging? Or, we could be going through a hormonally intense time. And what Spirit is saying is that as we look at things and we think, oh, well, that was bad, we start looking at it more. And it's like, well, if it wasn't for that, then this wouldn't have happened and I wouldn't be here. Or if it wasn't for that, then this wouldn't have happened and I wouldn't be here. And all of a sudden we start to see that the bad things, that happened in our lives. And Spirit wants me to put air quotes around bad because they're saying, I'm always protecting you. I'm always here with you. I want you to be more connected with me. And it can even be, I'm going to link in the description box below a YouTube video that is of a book that a friend suggested that I read. And it's just so beautiful and so powerful. It's all about imagination and how our mind really can shape our world, which is nothing new. But this was a very old book. And somehow just saying imagine put it in a different realm of thought for me. And that's what I'm seeing here. It's like all of a sudden things start to be put in a very different realm of thought. And all of a sudden it can be through the art of imagining, or it can be through the art of, just kind of like opening up our eyes and seeing things just in a different light, where it's like, wow, I am a heck of a lot more blessed than I thought I was. And it moves us then, Leo, to our near future, which is the Nine of Pentacles, which is standing in wealth and beauty and prosperity and abundance. And it's being right in the moment. It's not looking at everything else and getting overwhelmed, because we can. When we look at everything else, we can get overwhelmed not only with, everything that we have to achieve or more and more to go after. We can also get overwhelmed with, okay, well, how do I top this? And, what do I do with this? And how do I move forward from here? And Spirit is saying that be in this moment right now and let yourself celebrate it. Let yourself rejoice in it, because it's moving us to our suggested approach. And our suggested approach is the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is a sense of, I need to see myself as a victor. We're going to go up against hardships, pains, disappointments. We've been through them before. And the thing is, before, our hearts have hurt. The thing is, before, we have kind of slunk away or apologized or, turned our backs and thought, I can't do this. Now we're turning towards what we want. And we're saying, I can stand against this which brought me down, this which broke my heart, this which completely overwhelmed me before. I have new strength. I have new beauty. I have new power. And it brings us to what we need to know. We need to know that the world is opening up. And that's, it's very funny because we have the Three of Wands coming up. That's the energy that we need to be mindful of. Well, what we need to be mindful of is jumping into things just a bit too quickly. All of a sudden thinking, yes, of course, like I can move this way, or of course I can do exactly this, without stepping into our world with knowledge and foresight and, planning, because we're just going to want to dive right in. The world is opening up to us. And what we need to know is that as the world opens, we need to say to ourselves, what do I want? What am I planning for? Where do I want to be? And not get swept along by somebody else's golden idea or golden plan or, just flowery language that pulls us in and leads us nowhere. The world is saying to us, how do you want to step into me? How do you want to embrace me? What do you really want from me? And it brings us then to our hopes and our dreams, our hopes and our fears. Our hopes are that the doors open, that our ships come in, that our ships go out, that there's this beautiful trade route, there's this beautiful give and take to life and existence. What we fear is that we step out and there's no answer to our calls. There's nothing else there. It becomes very overwhelming to us. what I'm just seeing is like yelling out into the distance. And we want to hear calls answering us. And we fear the absolute silence. So just be aware of this. That there's something here that's going to have us get just so far. And then we think, oh no, I'm scared. Oh no, I'm overwhelmed. Oh no, I can't possibly. And it moves us to our potential future, which is the Ace of Pentacles. Prosperity, success, bounty, abundance. This is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a gift of wealth, prosperity, new ideas to be planted, new seeds of abundance to be had. We're stepping into another realm of being, another chapter of our lives. Are we ready for it? Are we looking at it? Are we being guided in the right way, by our own intuition? Because Spirit is saying to us, I'm right here with you. Listen, I'm right here with you. Open up the path. So let's look at what else the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. So we have our past, our present, and our future right here. So our past energy that's coming forward, Page of Cups and the Fool. The past energy is being a student of our heart, something that has had us look at things in a very different light, in a very different way. It led us on a different adventure than the one that we would have gone on. This could be a child. This could also be like a childhood dream, something that we couldn't shake off. It's like, I needed this. This could also be a child that all of a sudden, our life isn't just for us anymore. So that can be the energy that's here too. I just see it as all of a sudden it's not just about me. So however that is incorporated in our lives, whatever responsibilities were kind of like put on our shoulders at that time, all right, or within our past, and all of a sudden it's not just about us anymore. That's what Spirit is talking about. And it led us on a new adventure. It led us, kind of thinking, oh, am I being foolish? Am I, being overwhelmed? And then all of a sudden, like the doorway is opening up. And there's a real sense of, I need to go after what I need, what I want, what I'm looking for. There's a new path to be walked down. And it's with a purity of heart, and it's with a sense of love. It then brings us to our current selves. Our present, which we have awakening, which is judgment. We have the devil, which is Capricorn energy, the Four of Wands, and the Muse of Cups, which is the King of Cups. So we're starting off here with an awakening. There is something that is, it's like somebody shaking our shoulders and saying, wake up, wake up. That's the energy that's around us. It's like, wake up and look at this. Wake up and look at this. We're rising out of a darkness, but we're also rising out of a sleep that we have been in, a way that we've been kind of like, pulled out of ourselves, out of what we want. And it moves us to the devil. It moves us to looking at the chains that have corrupted us, chained us back, made us think, I can't do this, or I have to do things this way, or it has to be like this. We're looking at it now and saying, why? Like, why did I even buy into this nonsense? The Four of Inspiration, the Four of Wands, is all about a celebration. It's all about a sense of success and prosperity and abundance and, new opportunities coming away. Also a commitment that we are finding ourselves really embracing. It's like, this is what I need to do. This is where I need to be. This is why I'm showing up to this life and to this world. And it brings us to the King of Cups, the Muse of Emotions. It brings us to this place of, I am opening up my heart to be inspired. I am leading myself. It's not for anybody else. It's simply for me. And as these doors open, I get to see myself more and more. As these doors open, I get to walk through to a more powerful, better, more purposeful place for myself. And it's not about anybody else right now. In our present, it's about our hearts and what we desire. It's about a connection with what we deeply love. And it moves us to our future. And our future is the Ace of Wands. This is This is our gift from God, source, spirit, however you see the divine, the universe. A gift of passion, a gift of creativity, a gift of illumination. All of a sudden, what was once shrouded or cloudy, or we couldn't really make it out well, now it's like, oh, I see. Oh my gosh, the lights have been turned on. It's like floodlights have been turned on. Now I see. Now I understand. Now I am inspired. And it's like, yeah, this is what it's for. This is what I've been waiting for. It brings us to our subconscious tarot energy, which we have for everything with the Celtic Cross reading the Queen of Swords. This is an energy of knowing our voice. This is also somebody around us, an air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it doesn't have to be relegated to an air sign energy. This is simply a person who speaks their mind, who cuts through doubts and fears and negativity. They're more blunt, but they don't have to be overly harsh. A lot of times the Queen of Swords is represented by somebody who is, or as somebody who is overly harsh. This person can be very loving, very caring. They have a way of with words. They love words. Communication is astoundingly important to them. They're the type of person that'll sit down and write a letter and mail it out. They're the type of person who always makes sure that they're checking in. This is an energy of powerful knowledge. And it's like, follow this knowledge. Embrace this knowledge. Understand this knowledge. This person is going to teach us. Even though we don't know that they're going to be our teacher, it moves us to our subconscious past energy. And this is the Five of Wands. Now, this deck has two Five of Wands. One is with children fighting. It's like play that has gotten out of hand. And this is with adults. This is, all of a sudden, fighting has become just a part of our existence. A part of our past is comprised of fighting. Having to fight. Having to, defend ourselves. Having to always be on guard. We need to be aware of this. We need to be aware of this energy and be like, no, I'm not being pulled back by this. I'm not being, corrupted by this anymore. And it brings us then to our subconscious present moment, which is the Muse of Material. This is the King of Pentacles. All of a sudden, we are seeing a new pathway open to wealth, to prosperity, to what we desire, to what we need within our lives. It's like, I want, and Spirit's saying, to be successful. And we're just kind of following this path of to be successful. We're looking at things in a very different way. We're looking at our skills. We're looking at what we desire within our lives. And all of a sudden, it's like, there's a clarity, but there's also, I just see somebody like holding the light. They're like holding the torch, and it's like, walk towards that light. Walk towards that insight. So somebody's going to say something. Something's going to be done where it just sets off a little spark, and all of a sudden you're running with it. Yeah, subconsciously, there's something that starts to like just ping pong in your mind. All of a sudden you're starting to run with it because you can't shake the idea from your head. It then moves us to our subconscious future energy, which is the Eight of Cups. As we take on this gift, okay, that is just for us, this gift of passion and inspiration, we have the Eight of Cups. We're walking away from something we once thought we would love. There's an ending that comes forward. And it's like, okay, I need to walk this journey on my own. I need to find my path. I need to look at what I desire and what I want. We could also be walking away from something emotionally, doesn't fit me anymore, a narrative that isn't our life anymore. And now we're walking towards something more. But it's very solitary. You're going to have people who kind of want to go on that journey with us, but it's a very private thing. So even if we're in the midst of everyone, emotionally, we're walking a journey that not everyone can walk with us. And what's quite frankly, the truth, we don't want them to be walking it with us. It's like, no, I need to do this for myself. It brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of during this time. And it's the Freyalt. It's Temperance, which is at the center of us. It's where we are right now. And yet we're being told to be mindful. Be mindful of how we're incorporating balance within our lives. Be mindful also that the balance will change. The ideas will change. The insights will change. And it's like everything gets to be a different fusion forward. It doesn't have to be that balance is so restrictive, so constrictive, so like this is right and this is wrong. Have an openness of mind. That's going to be really important, Leo, because we can lean then towards, okay, this is the only right way. And Spirit's like, no, there's so many different ways of the heart. There's so many different open ways to be inspired and to move forward. It then moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, and that is the throat chakra. And this is trust. Trust your words. Trust your communications. Trust that things are coming into balance with ourselves. If we start to trust and speak our truth, because this is truth, this isn't trust. That's why I looked at it. I was like, wait a minute, this is truth. But it's like we have to trust the truth. It's all about trust here, because there's something here where it's like, nope, I can't trust it, or I've been forgotten. And Spirit's like, I've never forgotten you. Trust that I am walking with you, and speak your truth. Say what it is that you feel. Say what it is that you want, and start to open up the door, because you get to be seen and you get to be heard, especially by yourself. All right, Leo. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Leo. And may blessings always be with you.